We don't know the reason why they're looking at them, but we certainly know that the properties that we named today in the House have been examined by the police last week.
And you're convinced that they relate to Mr. Landier's affairs?
Yes, certainly.
Thank you.
Okay, rolling.
Expect to retain the confidence of the community of this state. The public of Victoria want strong leadership, and they want politicians who are prepared to honour what they say. Now, we have promised that we will freeze all taxes and charges in this state for 12 months after our election to office, and for energy prices up until the 30th of June 1986. And we've further said that any increase after that will only be in accordance where necessary with CPI. That is, if there's going to be any increase at all, it should only be in line with CPI. So that over the first 4 years of our government, there'll be an actual reduction in real terms of the burden of taxes and charges on this society. The other important issue is this question of unemployment. There is no greater social or economic problem facing this community than how we as a community ensure that we responsibly create opportunities for those who are unemployed. Now, yesterday Mr. Kane announced his so-called scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, it fails to meet the realities of life. What Mr. Kane is looking at is a scheme that only addresses itself to the under 19-year-olds. But there are 27% of all people in this country unemployed who are between the ages of 15 and 19. There are 47% who are between the ages of 20 and 35. And Mr. Kane's scheme and Mr. Hawke's scheme and even the Kirby report doesn't seem to be concerned with that vast number of people, many of whom are about my age, who are married, with children, who desperately want to get a job and are being denied it by government. Now, our scheme is very creative. It ensures that all those who are unemployed who want to work can get a job in the private sector, not as Mr. Kane's offering in the public sector. They can not only have a job with training for 2 years, but they can also get their dignity back. Now, I cannot for the life of me understand how any politician or any member of the community has the right to deny anyone who wants to work the opportunity to work. And it is only our scheme that offers opportunity, security, employment and training for all those who are currently unemployed. Either by politicians or in fact by the community. Tremendous love and respect to him at the last election. He can get in Victorian Commonwealth, then we've all got to accept right. And we've, through Mr. Kane's activities, are the low and middle income earners and families and small business. Through increased taxes and charges, huge borrowings in the debt, and if you doubt what I'm saying is not affecting you, then all you have to go and do is look at your bank statement when Mr. Kane's. I want you to get behind these guys.
Domestic, economic matters, interest rates. Remember the statements of the Treasurer? Interest rates would come down in December. Not so. Industrial disputes. Remember the statements? We have a special relationship with the trade union movement. You can be assured that all will work within the accord and all will work for the betterment of the community because unions can work well with labour. On any day since the federal election, you could name a plethora of industrial disputes which have affected not merely Victorians, but Australians throughout the nation. You'll recall my oft-repeated references to the certainty that a capital gains tax would be introduced, blurred throughout the federal election campaign by Labor. Still, however, since the election, the highest priority in the taxation summit, and now endorsed by the overwhelming majority of Labor ministers. Now, I cite them as just an example of what has occurred since the federal election. As I've said, the Labor government has been marked with division I leave aside, though it must be impacting on all Victorians, what has transpired. National interest, that it be so. But ask this man, whose every member in Victoria in an influential position seems to be stating a view at the present moment, does he stand with Hawke or does he stand with the left? And see what words are uttered as he meanders through some form of cacophony of phrases to extricate himself from that particular difficulty. Well, Mr. Chairman, what it comes down to is this. Jeffrey Kennett has led a party and revived it and espoused policies in every area of government administration. And he's not just dropped them off the back of a truck.
Yeah. You want to do it in here or outside?
Right.